Welcome to Episode 4 of the Grasp of Erebus podcast series, part of the Devan Prodigy. I'm Sebastian Dax. In this episode, we move closer to the source, into the shadow itself. Previously, we explored the Devan realm, the astral plane, and the structure of reality around it. Now, we look at what moves through that structure and why. We often think of existence as isolated, a universe, a galaxy, a world. But what if those boundaries aren't real? What if universes gather, cluster, bond together like living cells, each one distinct but connected, sharing traits, coexisting within something larger? And within that structure, there is a center, a presence, a current that sustains the whole. In the story, this is the entity of origin. It gives life and receives it, a continuous exchange, balanced until something disrupts it. Because not all clusters are the same. Most are stable, some are not. There are others that do not create their own life force. They consume it, predatory by nature, driven to seek out weaker systems, not to coexist, but to convert. They don't attack outright, they infiltrate, form connections, undermine structure from within, slowly, quietly, until collapse becomes inevitable. The shadows are born from one of these clusters. They take life force and change it, convert it into something else, something usable to them. Shadow energy. This energy sustains them, moves them, anchors them, and through it, they traverse their own astral plane. Now, we've said before, the astral plane is not a place. It's a field of consciousness, a network woven from thought and emotion. In our cluster, that field is shaped by connection, by continuity. But in theirs, it's different. Their plane feeds on imbalance, on the darker end of the spectrum. Where ours sustains itself, theirs consumes constantly, which is why they must expand, why they must find new sources. And when they find a cluster rich in life force, they don't rush. They settle in, establish presence, build slowly, over time, until they have something stable, a foothold, and from there, they begin to drain. This brings us to something more specific, a tool within that system. Shadow resin, a substance drawn directly from shadow creatures, condensed, pure, and unstable. It carries a field with it, one that interferes with normal perception. To a traveler, it feels like silence, a dead zone. Signals fade, connections weaken, consciousness dulls. It doesn't block completely, but it distorts. And like everything else, it consumes energy to exist. The more it resists, the more it burns. But it also serves another purpose. It acts as a guide, a marker within the shadow plane, helping those who use it to navigate carefully, because outside their own domain, their presence weakens. Now, this is where the cult enters more directly. They don't just observe the shadow realm, they map it. Over time, they've constructed a network, hidden chambers, encoded locations, each one marked by symbols, not decorative, functional, specific combinations of thought and emotion, coordinates. If you know the pattern, you know the destination. And with enough precision, you don't just travel alone, you arrive together. These chambers exist across multiple dimensions, linked, organized, and somewhere within that network, there is a map, one of the most guarded structures the cult possesses, because with it, movement becomes exact, anywhere, anytime. But even with that, there's a limitation, time. Normal astral travel doesn't last long, hours, maybe a day. Not enough to build, not enough to establish control. So the cult adapted. They extended their presence, artificially, through cryogenic stasis. While their consciousness moves, Their physical bodies remain preserved, held in suspension, timed, managed, maintained by others, until the moment they return. It allows them to stay longer, go further, do more. But like everything else, it comes with risk. So as you continue through Grasp of Erebus, consider this. Not all systems are balanced, not all connections are benign, and not everything that enters was meant to. I'm Sebastian Dax. Thank you for being here. There's more ahead. Until then, watch your shadow.